Hello! On this lesson, we will learn about sampling method. Sampling method is a technique that enables researchers to infer population information on the basis of results from a subset of the population without having to examine each individual. Before we proceed to our lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Sampling design. There are two types of sampling design, the probability and non-probability. Probability sampling. It involves the use of random selection process to select a sample from members or elements of a population. There are four types of probability sampling. We have the simple random, stratified, cluster, and systematic. On the next lesson, you will learn how to use this type of probability sampling. The non-probability sampling. The elements are chosen from the population by non-random method. There are four types of non-probability sampling: convenience, snowball or network, quota, and purposive non-probability sampling. On our next lesson, you will learn how to use this type of non-probability sampling. Let us learn how to use the types of probability sampling. Simple random probability sampling. A simple random sample takes a small random portion of the entire population to represent the entire data. Here, you can assign numbers, auto-generate random selections. You can use other applications for auto-generate random selections, like spin the wheel. Stratified random probability sampling. It is a method of sampling from a population which can be partitioned into subpopulations. For example, in a number of population, you can subgroup that population according to their ages. So here, I subgroup the population from old, middle, and young. And then from that subgroup, you can choose your respondents. Cluster probability sampling. The researcher divide a population into smaller groups known as clusters. They then randomly select among these clusters to form a sample. For example, your respondents live in one barangay, but that barangay have three different streets: Street 1, Street 2, and Street 3. Now, you can choose your respondents or your target respondents who live on the same street. Systematic probability sampling. It is a statistical method involving the selection of elements from an ordered sampling rate. Here, in our example, the total number of respondents is 30, but the target respondents is only 10. You can assign numbers from this total number of respondents. Now, the system will start with the second counting of the respondents. Let's say 1, 2. Then number 2 is your number 1 respondents. 3, 4. The number 4 respondents is your second respondents. 5, 6. Then the number 6 respondents will be your third respondents until you reach the N10 or the target total number of your respondents, which is 10. Now, let us learn how to use the 4 types of non-probability sampling: convenience, snowball, quota, and purposive. Convenience non-probability sampling. It involves the sample being drawn from the part of the population that is close to hand, meaning convenient sources of data for researcher or researchers. Let's say, who is available already respondents for your study. Snowball or network non-probability sampling. It is where research participants recruit other participants for a test or study. It is used where potential participants are hard to find. Let's say the other researchers use a certain respondents from his or her past research. You can choose that respondents from the previous researchers. Snowball non-probability sampling is where research participants recruit other participants for a test or study. It is used where potential participants are hard to find. For example, people who have many friends are more likely to be recruited into the sample. Quota non-probability sampling. Quota means to take a very tailored sample that's in proportion to some characteristic or trait of a population. The population is divided into groups, also called strata, and samples are taken from each group to meet a quota. For example, if you are sampling 10,000 people, you might have a quota sample of 100 only. Please subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel, Mary Ann Valentino.